the clever physicians? Yes, sir.
300,000 kilometers per second.
Let's clap our hands. Let's clap our hands. Did you hear what he said? Yes. He said light travels at 300,000 kilometers per second. Or if you know your maths, that's 3 times 10 to the power of 8 meters per second. If you're a mathematician, you can follow me. If you don't know maths, just keep on saying, wow, what is that? That's how fast light travels. Let's stop there for a second. You physicians, the earth that we are standing on right now, look, we're all standing, we're not being, we are standing still. Yet, do you know that this earth is rotating around its axis? How fast? How fast is the earth rotating? Yet we can't feel it. Huh? Physicians, write it down. 1,600 kilometers per hour. I don't know if you've been in a car with your father and mother, and I don't know how fast they've driven that car. If you say, Dad, you're going too fast. The earth is rotating at 1,600 kilometers per hour, going round. But look at it. Can you feel it? That's why I say we're not shaking and moving with the earth. That again is the creation of God. Hallelujah. We're talking about light. So let's say this is the sun and this is the earth. This is the sun and this here is the earth. How far apart are these two? Who knows the distance for that light to come from the sun to hit the earth? Who knows the distance? Who knows the distance? Nobody. Write it down. 149.6 million kilometers. Is that close? Can you count up to 1 million? 1, 2, 3, 4. What? When will you get there? If you start counting now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which day are you going to reach 1 million?
Today.
Never. Never. The earth is this far away, and we said light is traveling at this speed. So again, you physicians, how long, in terms of time now, does it take for that light to reach the earth from the sun? How many minutes traveling at that speed?
8.
Well done. About 8 minutes and 20 seconds. 8 minutes and 20 seconds for that light to reach the earth. Traveling so fast. And of course, these so-called clever people, called in professors and everything else, they end up calling that the astronomical unit. This distance, they say it's AU. The astronomical unit. But who did all this? God. So now, if the earth is rotating at this speed, what would happen if the earth rotated slower or faster? What would happen to the, yes?
The days
Yeah, you're right, the days would what?
the days would be moving faster.
Yes, they'll either go faster or slower, depending on the speed. But God said, no, I want my creation to have 12 hours day, 12 hours night. So that speed is a perfect speed to make sure every day we get those 12 hours, depending again on the seasons. But a normal season, maybe like summer, you've got 12 days night, 12 days whatever, dark, daytime. It's because of everything that was calculated to perfection by the Creator. Perfection. And again, if you know this earth that's moving around the sun, it doesn't go exactly, what do you call it? It's more like elliptical. It's not round actually, it's elliptical. So other parts can be slightly more, other parts can be slightly less, but this is the average distance of the sun from the earth. And that is going round because it's more or less, we end up getting those things called seasons. This is season of being cold, season of being hot, whatever. It all comes from the Creator. So, who knows the circumference of the earth? What is the earth's circumference? Physicians, today I'm giving you a free physics lesson here. What is the earth's circumference? Who knows? Who knows what the word circumference means? Have you learned this in maths?
Yes.
What does circumference mean? Yes, young man. Right around the circle, well done. So right around the earth, how many kilometers?
40,076 kilometers.
Well done. He's Googling. Well done. Let's clap our hands. He's Googling now on the computer. But 40,000 kilometers is the Earth's circumference. So this thing called light, it means this thing called light, it can go around the Earth's circumference. Just listen to this. That's how fast it's traveling. About 7.5 times in 1 second. If you say 1, 2, 3, the time you say 1, it has already gone around the whole earth 7.5 times. By the time you say 2, 15 times. By the time you say 3, 22.5 times. That's how fast this thing called light travels. But of course, if you're a physician, you know I'm talking about in a vacuum. If it's inside the water or in a glass, the speed can change. But in a perfect environment called a vacuum, that is the speed of light, created by the Creator in this verse that we've just read. Someone say, God is magnificent.
God is magnificent.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Then we go to day 2. That was day 1. This is God now using the word Asa to create. From verse 6 to verse 8. Now we've got day 2. And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. Let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament and divided the waters. Blah, blah, verse 8. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. Here now we have God dividing the waters from those above and from those below. In short, He is now creating what He said the heaven, what we call like the atmosphere. Where we even have the ionosphere, the stratosphere. Again, if you are doing physics. Hallelujah. The atmosphere is basically what the Lord is doing here. And the Hebrew word that again is used here, write it down. It means let there be space between the waters. It means let there be space between the waters above and the waters below. And remember, he is using Asa. He is no longer borrowing, because he borrowed billions of years ago. And that's why man gets confused. And that's why man ends up talking about evolution and things that lived 70 million years ago. There was T-Rex and there was this. Man has not understood the gap in the Bible. Hallelujah, Jesus. Then we go to day 3, the third day. Which is obviously from verse 9, it's zip to 13. I forget now. Let me check my notes. Yes, verse 13. And here, as you read it, God now creates the dry land. Because now you were separating this from that, so he separated the water to bring out this thing called land. And he separated that there's the dry land there, and there are the seas, what we call the oceans. And of course, he created the grass and the trees in these verses. If you read them, he creates the grass and the trees. And he gave each of these grasses and trees a reproductive seed within themselves. So that he doesn't have to come back tomorrow after that grass has died, and God must come back and say, oh grass, let me recreate you again. Oh tree, you have died, let me recreate you again. He said, no, I'm not going to come back. I'm going to put my word inside you. You are going to what? Reproduce yourself. Just as you are, you bring forth more and more of yourself. Is this clear? Again, someone say, God is such a wonderful creator.
God is such a wonderful creator.
Hallelujah. Then we go to day 4. Day 4. Hallelujah, Jesus. Day 4. And this is where he starts talking about the sun and the moon. From verse 14, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let there be for signs and for seasons, for days and for years, blah, blah, blah. Verse 16, 2 great lights, the greater one, which is the sun, to rule by day, and the lesser one, which is the moon, to rule by night. So he made the stars and everything on these verses. That's day 4. So in short, I ask you, and even as it says there, he made these lights that will be what? Even says there in verse 14, that they will govern seasons, days, and years. So to you and me, what does this mean?